Hey guys, it's Jess again, and today's a big day. I have my first delivery, and I'm going to show you, here it goes, nice top view of all that awesome farm fresh produce. I'm going to break down what each size box is and typically how much is going to be put in each size box, and then I'll show you my box, which is a full share, and then I will bring up my full share box and take everything out, tell you what it is, what I typically would use it for, and then show you how to clean and store everything. And then I'm going to be doing 2 more videos. One is going to be jarring a couple of these things, a couple of these vegetables. I see some asparagus. I see parsnips. I see leeks, but let me show you real quick what each box looks like and what's in it. So this is this small guy right here. This one right here, it's kind of tiny. This is that's a personal share. And you see, this is really good. This is really going to be good. This box is really good for by yourself, or you just want to try out a CSA. Let's see. And each one has the farm's own cider that they mill. There's a couple of live plants in here. Leeks, spinach, asparagus, parsley, thyme. And this is a personal share. Really, really small. But it's awesome. So then I'll show you what a half share looks like. Right here. A little bit bigger. And all it really is, this one has maybe some chives, spinach, parsnips, asparagus, a little bit bigger apple cider, which their apple cider is amazing, by the way. More asparagus, live parsley, and live thyme. So we have a couple of half shares here. We have personal shares here. They are amazing. Look at all that. And it smells amazing too, by the way. It smells so good in here. The reason why I am storing all this in the garage, my hubby's garage, is because it's cool and dry in here. So you want to make sure you want to preserve the produce before it gets picked up. Because I can't fit all this in a refrigerator. Not happening. So this down here, this right here, my huge box, hold on, is the biggest box. That's a full share. It's huge, it's heavy, and it's awesome. Especially in the fall, you're gonna get like potatoes, onions, and it gets really heavy. You get a lot of root vegetables. It's awesome. All right, so I'll be right back, and then I'll show you I'll break everything down in my box, and then I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, I got the box back. It's heavy, it's big. But here it is, in full glory, my full share box. Okay, so let's see what we have in here. This is a lot of spinach. Spinach. Ooh. This plant right here is thyme. It's so good. So now they actually give you herbs to have in your own garden. Great for cooking. Thyme is awesome for chicken dishes. Thyme is great for soups, fish. I usually use it for soups. Chicken soup I usually use this for. There's a couple of other ways to use thyme. I just like smelling it. So we'll leave my plant over here. Okay, so I have one bunch of spinach, 2 bunches of spinach, 3 bunches of spinach. Oh my God. Shallots. Shallots go here. These are greenhouse tomatoes. They're amazing. You'll never taste anything like this in a grocery store. I don't care who says yes. You're not going to smell this. You're not going to smell it. Taste this from a grocery store. It's amazing. All right, what else do we got in here? We have a lot of shallots. Oh. A lot of shallots. I love them. Shallots are awesome because, in the words of Good Eats, take a onion and a garlic, and this is their baby, a shallot. It has such an awesome smell when you cook. You can do almost anything with a shallot, and a milder taste, and not like you get aftertaste with garlic. You don't really get the aftertaste with the shallot. At least I don't. I haven't had a problem. Okay, well, I think we're done with the shallots. What's next? Asparagus. All right, I have 1 stalk, 2 stalks, 3 stalks. Look what I got so far. That's amazing. Oh, another live plant. This one is parsley, I believe. Yep, curly parsley. This one is amazing too. Doesn't really have a smell to it, but look at the beautiful green leaves here. And there's the curly parts right there where my nose was. This is amazing for cooking poultry again. You could use parsley with any recipe and you can't go bad. Fresh parsley is even better. Okay, so there's my 2 live plants. I'm so lucky. Okay, what else do I have here? Ooh, parsnips. I'll get the parsnips later, I guess. Hold on. Okay. Oh, look at these huge leeks. I just need to express how huge these things are. That's amazing. These are root, as you could tell. These are great for potato leek soup. That's a staple in our house. What's great about potato leek soup, about leeks, you could do almost anything. They taste very similar to an onion, but a little bit milder, that I've noticed. Other people have different opinions, but I think it's milder. So, here's my first bunch of leeks. My second bunch of leeks. And they're massive. Usually you could find leeks at a grocery store looking like this one. I have a leek this big. That's awesome. You could also, look at that. Beautiful. Gorgeous. You could also chop up the leeks, put them in a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, and put it on top of the pasta. It's a great go-to meal. Awesome. Beautiful. Oh, it's called kakaliki. It's also a great soup you could do if you don't want to have it's also, kakaliki is I think more of an English Irish dish, and all you do is, it's a chicken soup. It really is. You just add leeks instead of onions. It's amazing. Leeks is also good as a diuretic, but I'm not going anywhere near that, but it's still good. I love leeks. Okay, continue. Oh, chives. And they still have the flour on them. Now, in one of my other videos, I will actually show you how to store these. You could freeze them, but I have a dehydrator, borrowed from a very good friend. And I'm going to dehydrate these babies and store them. So I could have them all year and not let them go to waste. The goal is to get all this stuff and not waste any of it. And it took a couple of years. I'm still getting used to it. So that's going to be another video, dehydrating these babies. Oh, scallions. Look how fresh these are. Look at the roots. There's a couple of things you can do with these. If you use a lot of scallions, all you need to do is like fill up like a mason jar with water, and you put these in, and the roots will do the rest of the work. And they'll stay for a good week or two. If you don't use scallions as much, I use them a lot, but I have to really cook for it. I will dehydrate them. You can freeze them, but I like to dehydrate because it will last longer. Yes, some of the flavor might go away, but it will last longer. Okay. Now, parsnips. I'm not a big fan of I haven't been a fan of parsnips. You can mash them, mashed parsnips, but I actually found an awesome recipe making them into fries, and it's really good. I will show you how to I'll make a video, show you how to do that. But they're really good as fries. You can actually make them into chips, because a lot of root vegetables you can make into chips, and they're really good. I didn't start liking parsnips until I actually had them in chip form, and they're amazing. So what you can do with the parsnips is you could make mashed parsnips. You can bake them, fry them, dehydrate them. You could do almost anything with parsnips. And because I have a full share, I get the bigger apple cider. That's huge, and it's amazing. Seriously, these people do their own, so I know where the apple cider is coming from. And what I really like about this is, it's fresh picked apples from their farm, or one of their neighboring farms, and it tastes so good. This is their second year doing it, but yeah. So here's my empty box now. And what you could do is you recycle them. You give them back to you give the box back to the farm, and they'll reuse it, which is great. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay. So that's out of the way. So I'm going to pause, and I will come back to you to show you how to clean spinach. Because you could tell there is a lot of dirt. It's not from a supermarket where, everything's nice and clean for you. This came right out of the dirt. But it's going to taste so good. So I'll show you what you're going to need and how to prep everything and how to wash it, dry it, and store it. And then I'll leave you guys alone, essentially, until next video, if you guys want to watch it again. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So here is my station. I actually have a station. So here's station 1. I have 2 bowls, cold water, and then I have my dinky little lettuce dryer. Over here is the first part of the station and the last station. Here is where I'll be chopping, going through the spinach, chopping the ends, But you don't want to chop all the way because the stems taste so good. But you just want to get like the yucky stuff off. And then my final one is this big bowl. You could also use plastic bags. I don't like using plastic bags because I just don't. I like using bowls that I can reuse and not throw out. What I'll be doing here is I'll be putting a paper towel at the bottom, and after I soak, rinse, dry, I end up going over and putting the dried spinach into this. And this will stay for like a week, but it won't go. It won't stay for a week. It'll be gone in a couple of days. So right here, you want to look at your spinach. You want to inspect it. Make sure that all of them are good. All right. Like these, I'm not a big fan of. So I'll put them to the side. Like this one, I will rip the top and then keep the rest. All right, this bunch looks amazing. Okay. So, trying to find the best. I didn't think this through. Hold on. There we go. Chop the ends. And again, you don't have to chop them all, just like that. Okay. Put all the chop to the side. Look it through. Oh, I missed a couple. There we go. All right. And I'll just rip these off. Okay. Oh, also have a lot of rags handy because you're going to be wiping them all over the place. Oh, make sure you wash your hands before you start anything. I did. Okay. So, now, before I put those into the first water, you essentially want them to soak. What I found to be easier, you soak them because all the sediment will go to the bottom. I'll show you that after they soak for a while. I like to use vinegar. It doesn't have to be like any type of special vinegar, just vinegar. I noticed with vinegar, it keeps the lettuce or the spinach or any type of leafy thing, any type of leafy green, fresher, longer. And you can't really taste the vinegar, so don't get skeeved out like, oh, my lettuce is going to taste like vinegar. No, it's not. It's really going to be fine. It's not going to mess the vegetable up. And also I noticed like the sediment goes down faster, but I could be wrong. I could be making that up in my head. But I definitely know that the vinegar helps with keeping the lettuce and stuff fresher longer. Okay, so you want to do like a couple. There you go. Count to 5 as you pour. Put that in. Okay. You take a handful of your lettuce and you let that soak in the water. And you can tell already all that sediment's going to the bottom of the bowl. So that's why we have the second bowl. After you take the spinach and you let it soak for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, take it out, put it in the bowl with just plain water, and any extra sediment that didn't go down, it will definitely go down, go into the next bowl. After you let that soak for another like 5 minutes, then you're gonna just rinse it. And then after you rinse, you spin dry, and then you're done, and you just keep going on with the cycle until it's all done. And as the months go on, you're going to find I'm going to have a lot of lettuce and a lot of spinach. If you always end up finding that you have way too much spinach and you don't know what to do with it, you could freeze it. But that'll be for another video. Because right now I'm not going to do that because I will go through all this spinach. I like to use spinach for smoothies. It doesn't taste bad. It really doesn't taste bad. I like using spinach for smoothies. Now, when you cook spinach, everyone knows that it gets smaller, so you could put a huge few bunches and it'll shrink essentially. What I like about the farm fresh spinach, it has that crispier taste, and I love it. I love farm fresh food, farm fresh vegetables. I can't explain how much I love it. The taste, I love the taste. It's crispier. It just tastes good. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this, and then I'll come back, and then I'll just keep going on the next, going on my stations. Here real quick, while that's soaking, actually, I'm going to explain a couple of things with asparagus. Asparagus is awesome. If you don't know what to do with your asparagus, on another video, I am going to show you how to jar them, and they are the best. If you've never canned before, this is the best vegetable to start with, because you really can't do anything wrong with asparagus. And yeah, there's so many recipes for asparagus. I love roasting them. Tomatoes, just keep them in your refrigerator in a cool spot. Nice drawer. Usually I keep paper towels on the bottom of the drawers. It's nice and cleaner. And it soaks up all that extra moisture the vegetables don't really need. So I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take the spinach from the vinegar water and just put it in. And look at all that. Look at all that. I don't know if you could tell, but that's a lot of dirt. And there we go. I like to just fluff it around a little bit. You don't want to overdo it. And then I just get the next bunch. I usually switch the water, the vinegar water, and the plain water bowls after each bunch, because then the sediment's just going to stay. So you dump it. After you see there's a lot of sediment, you're going to dump it, rinse out the bowl, and then refill it. One with vinegar, one without vinegar. Okay. So there we go. Nice, and that's just sitting. And here you go, like you see like that. Just break apart any ends that you don't like. It's really not a big deal. See? And that's just gonna sit. Now, I like to consolidate my time while that's waiting. Then I get the next batch. And then I just do the same thing, but you don't need to see me do that again. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm almost done, I promise. All my videos won't be this long, I promise. It'll be quicker. Okay, so here we go. This has been sitting. And you could tell. Oh, look at all that sediment. Look at all that going down. Okay. So at this point, hold on, I'll find the right spot. There we go. Okay, so there you go. My camera angles will be a lot better next time, I promise. There we go. Nice. Nice, good rinse. And then we just switch. Now, I didn't show you before, but there was barely any extra sediment in this water, the plain water. But with the vinegar water, obviously this is the first soak, but look at all that sediment on the bottom. That's crazy. Okay, rinse. Take the vinegar, put some in there. Again, it's not gonna taste like vinegar, I promise. Fill that up. My husband yells at me because that place smells like a deli. It's good food. So then, I'm just gonna spin, and you do that until it's dry. You don't want it like kind of damp, you want it dry. And then after that, you put like 1 or 2 paper towels on the bottom, and then after you fill the whole container up, you put paper towels on top, because that's going to suck in any extra moisture that you have, and it will keep your vegetables fresh. So there you go. I don't have to show you anymore. What I'll be doing is just put the next set of spinach in the bowl, and then you just keep switching after 5 to 10 minutes, and dry, store, and keep in the refrigerator when everything's done. And that's it. So that's how you take care of your spinach after you get it from the farm. I highly suggest soaking it, really soaking it, really rinsing it, because I tried just rinsing it my first time and I still had extra sediment. And so when you're eating like the spinach, you were like kind of eating the grits of the dirt. So you want to make sure that it's all gone. And so I'll see you on my next video for my next recipe endeavor, which will be, I'm trying to figure out which one. Will be either, well, I will be canning asparagus, and I'll show you what to do with the awesome parsnips. And then in a couple of days, I'll also show you how to dehydrate herbs, which is awesome. All right, remember, shop local.